This is Sick and Wrong, America's #1 source for antisocial commentary. Brought to you by the Reach Around Foundation.
Welcome to podcast number 9. Sick and Wrong, America's source for antisocial commentary. I'm one of your hosts, D. Simon.
I'm your other host, Lance Wackerly. Howdy.
We're back. This is good, Lance. This is podcast number 9. We've almost done 10 full podcasts. But anyways, Lance, how was the weekend?
The weekend was fine, but I was kind of annoyed yesterday. This is kind of weird. My girlfriend sends me a text message saying, blah, 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 my day is going shitty, you know, the usual text message stuff. And at the end saying, oh yeah, and I saw a guy's penis today. Which isn't what you want to hear from your girlfriend.
But you haven't. Okay, well, let me just give some background here. Your girlfriend lives in L.A.,
right?
And so you carry on a large portion of your relationship on the phone
and text messages
and text messaging back and forth.
Right.
So it's the regular long distance relationship. And the first thing she says to you is she saw a dick?
No, it was the last thing. She mentioned a bunch of, the normal daily text message type stuff. And at the end, oh yeah, and I saw a penis. So
she text messaged you, I saw a penis.
Right. So
Did she give any explanation?
Well, I mean, I think I can't remember. I think I called her, after work and was like, well, what's up with this penis you saw? And so she goes on to tell me that, she was kind of traumatized.
Hold on one second. I never want to have to say that to my girlfriend.
What kind of penis did you see?
Yeah, so what kind of penis did you see today?
Right.
It's just kind of weird.
I guess it's worse than, what kind of penises did you see before we dated? This is like, what kind of penis did you see today? That was probably better than mine.
Yeah, very, very cryptic text message.
Well, anyway, so she goes on to say it was kind of like a flashing incident, right? This never happens. Guys never get flashed by women or dudes, I don't think. Or maybe we just say, hey, dude, put your cock back.
So she was flashed by a pervert?
Well, she kind of described it as a flashing, but I'm going to get to the point. She was like in a store or waiting for the ATM or something, and she noticed like this guy going up to other customers or other people waiting for the ATM, and she was kind of like, what's that guy doing? He's just sort of going up and talking to random people. It wasn't clear what he's doing. And she noticed he had these like really flimsy white pants on. Once again, it's LA, so it's probably warm down there. And she described
flimsy white pants.
So she described it as like these were white flimsy pants that had been washed a lot of times, so they were kind of see-through,
like almost transparent.
Well, the point that I made is like,
this guy a male stripper or something?
The point that I made is I have jeans and stuff that I've had forever, and I've washed them a million times, and you still can't see my penis. But apparently, these pants you could see through.
What color were these pants?
White.
Okay. Well.
So you can get an idea of like a wet t-shirt contact. Maybe she was sweating through the pants. Anyways,
maybe he urinated on himself.
So she saw his cock, which was kind of annoying. But what kind of really annoyed me is she felt it necessary to say, "Oh, and he was a black guy." To which case I said, "So? What do I care if it was a black guy?"
Well, yeah, I think she was just providing background.
Well, and then she said, "Well, you know what I'm talking about," which I take to mean he was a black guy. She could have just said, "Oh, and I probably should mention his dick was a lot bigger than yours."
So was she implying, I saw an enormous penis today?
Well, bigger than yours. I mean, listeners can probably tell I'm not a black guy, but so she might as well have just said that, right? She might as well have said, I saw a penis and it was a lot bigger than yours. It was like 2 to 3 times the size.
Well, essentially, that's what she said.
That's what she said. So is that true?
But hold on a second, real quick here. Let me just backtrack. So she was standing there, and then she kind of looked down, and she noticed that this guy has a huge dick underneath his white transparent pants,
right?
And then felt the need to text message that to you. I saw a penis today.
Well, I think she left wherever she was and got to work, and then sent her normal text message, and had to point that out that was part of her day.
Dude, you know what's so weird about this is today. You know how I started working out again.
Did you work it back in again?
No. I started. I had this membership to a gym. I haven't been in like 6 months, and now that I'm 31 years old, I feel the need to start working out again. So
getting a little flabby.
I think I'm getting a little flabby, and I'm just thinking, maybe I should just work out again and look good for the bitches. But anyways, I was at the gym in Oakland, and I usually don't go work out in Oakland. I usually work out in the city. But I was in the gym in Oakland today, and there's this black guy that was, like, changing right next to me. And the dude's just like, I mean, he must have got out of the shower or something, but he's just kind of walking around, butt naked. And, I couldn't help but notice this man's dick was massive. I mean, I swear to God, it just was weird. I was like almost humbled. I'm like, you know what? The question has been answered. You know, there's no longer a question in my mind. Are black people hung, larger than white people? They are.
But can't the argument be made that you just saw a guy with a really big dick?
Dude, there were like 5 black guys.
So there was a large sample.
I mean, I never really, first of all, I don't look at that many dicks. I don't get to see that many dicks. I mean, I guess you do in porn, but porn's different.
Dude, do you want to see my dick now?
No, I don't even want to base this in comparison.
It seems like everybody's telling me that they see all kinds of cocks that are bigger than mine, and it's given me a complex.
Are you getting a complex here? Well, dude, I mean, there's like, there's credence to what she was saying here. I mean, it's true. I was just like shocked, kind of. I'm just like, I'm not even going to. I'm just going to change real quick and get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of this locker room because I'm just stunned. I was astonished.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I swear to God.
And you're kind of getting a chubby?
Yeah, I was a little turned on.
Slobbering.
I was a little turned on. But anyways, I was just kind of like, Jesus, dude. I remember like Eddie Murphy had that whole bit on like black men's dicks, being hung. Well, no, he was saying that, like white guys are like, oh, no, they're the same size as ours. And Eddie Murphy's like, yeah, right. You want me to pull my shit out? But it's true, though, dude. Yeah. This guy's dick was huge. So I'm sure Heather, your girlfriend was saying the same thing. She was just like, I saw this huge cock.
Maybe I should feel good about it. If it was like a white guy with a cock much bigger than mine, then she'd be like, well, what the fuck am I settling for?
Well, dude, I always thought that Jews, but I mean, growing up, I always thought, well, Jews have large cocks because of Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy's Jewish, and Ron Jeremy has like,
Hey, dude, what did I tell you?
Dong.
What did I tell you about believing all the shit that your mom used to tell you?
Well, my mom did sleep with Ron Jeremy once, but no. But what I was saying is like, I always thought Jews had large dicks, but
all right, let's just. I just want to stop this right now. I just want to stop this foolishness right now. Just get onto your story with this Jews with big dicks.
Do you feel inadequate though?
I just feel like I wish he wouldn't have seen it.
So now are you going to have performance anxiety when you see her again?
Well, I'm just going to have to, because they say, well, it's not the size, it's what you do with it. Well, I like kind of not doing that much with it. Now I'm going to have to go the extra, 9 yards.
Now you're going to have to engage in foreplay to make up for the girth.
Right.
To make up for the lack of girth.
Probably some cunnilingus.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go the whole 9 yards.
It's just I'm going to have to now, compensate for the difference.
So are you going to bring this up again when you see her this weekend?
I'm going to try not to, but I'm sure I'll.
Dude, it's
in a drunken state, I'll probably bring it up.
It's hard to avoid the issue. I'm sure she's probably going to bring it up again. Hopefully she does mid-coitus.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Could you imagine, like, having sex with a black guy?
I'd be like, no, I
can't. Well, anyways, let's move on. But I just wanted to say that, there's no longer a question in my mind. The myth has been proven.
Apparently, multiple sources and a large sample. So fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it. I'm going to move on.
It's true.
I'm going to settle myself with it and move on.
Let's move on. Okay. Well, anyways, yes, this is podcast number 9 of the Sick and Wrong Show. And the way the show works, I'll just recap real quick. Lance and I look for the most disgusting news items of the week, and we kind of compare them. And the winner, the person who has the most disgusting news item, wins a case of beer. And it's decided by the votes from the listener audience. And last week, I got 3 votes for my story about the CEO rabbit fucker.
Well, I conceded in the middle of the show. I mean, I knew that I liked my story, but it was no comparison to the.
Dude, I got 3 votes. People were just like, "Yeah, rabbit fucker all the way."
I wish we got a bigger set of votes, like if
so
it was
I'm enjoying
like 50
this MGD
votes.
That I'm drinking right now.
God damn it! I'm fucking $20 poorer.
So, in light of my winning last week's competition, I guess I'll start the show off with my article this week. So yeah, let's move on right here. My article of the week for podcast number 9. Headline. I love this headline too. Actually, what's funny? I found this off of CNN. So this is a CNN article, and it's current. It happened today, March 1st. Face biter gets 15 years in prison. Is that just a good headline?
This is kind of related to that other story you did about that woman who bit her husband to death, or similar?
Very similar. Yeah, very similar. But this is a man biting his woman. So what happened? This happened actually... The biting took place several months ago, but the guy was arraigned today. He ended up getting 15 years in prison. So this happened in White Plains, New York. A man who bit off a piece of his girlfriend's cheek was sentenced Wednesday to 15 years in prison after the victim told the judge that her injury was much more than physical. Totally swayed the jury.
She'll never love again or something.
Dorothy Pritchett of New Rochelle, New York, claimed today in court, or it was actually a little earlier this week, she claimed that when I was bitten and my flesh was spat at me, more than my face was damaged. Isn't that just a brilliant quote? Could you imagine being in that jury and just be like, so you were bitten, a piece of your face was bitten off, and it was spat back at you? Yeah, this guy is going to jail for a long time. Quote unquote, the compassion and love I had in me was immediately killed, Pritchett's statement said. My courage and self-esteem was taken away.
Man.
I can't really imagine how.
I mean, she got her cheek bit off, but she's laying it on pretty thick.
Dude, it's like, whack, crybaby. Got a hole in your face. Who cares?
I'd like to see her just going nuts. Like, that motherfucker bit my cheek off, goddamn.
But I mean, anyways, Gareth White, 27 years old, was convicted of first and second degree assault in the attack that actually happened. This happened May 8th, so it happened May 8th, 2005, so it happened a few months ago. He could have been sentenced to as much as 25 years, but state Supreme Court Justice Lester Adler noted that White had no previous felonies and that plastic surgery repaired most of the disfigurement caused by the bite, so it's not that big of a deal.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, she's fine.
Dude, look at her. I mean, there's no hole in her face. There's no flesh just hanging out. She doesn't look like the guy from Hellraiser.
No, she's fine.
It's just like 15 years in prison for you.
There's some slight discoloration, but come on, people. She wasn't that good looking to begin with.
In fact, the plastic surgery made her look better. So Hannibal Lecter, you only get 15 years. But anyways, Gareth White, the face biter, maintained his innocence throughout the trial, denied everything, even though the woman, and get this is my favorite part of the story, the woman actually brought in a jar, like the lawyers brought in a jar containing the flesh that was bitten off.
Well, plus she's the witness,
They couldn't
right?
even reattach it.
She's the witness. She saw him do it.
Dude, she's the prosecutor, the prosecutor witness.
What does he say? Like, no, it wasn't me.
That's what I don't understand.
That's another funny Eddie Murphy bit. Remember that? When you get caught by your women doing something, the best thing to do is just totally deny it.
Just completely deny it.
You can't really deny that, though.
But, dude, that's kind of like a life lesson that I use in everything. It's just like, you know, if you're caught cheating on a test in high school, just completely deny until proven wrong. Right. If you're caught with a joint, just be like, it's not mine. No. I don't know where this crack pipe came from.
I didn't bite your face off, baby.
But it's just kind of great that this guy had all this evidence just thrown against him, and yet he's still denying it completely. Well, anyways, he lost, so his defense wasn't all that great. But about a year before the attack, White had moved in with Pritchett, his coworker, at an auto repair shop. And he lived with her and her 4 children. This is in New Rochelle, New York. So on May 8th, this is when the incident occurred, Mother's Day, which you should keep in mind. They had a day-long argument that spilled out onto the street outside their house.
Yeah,
As they
had a
argued,
day-long drinking binge, too, I'm sure.
Dude, it's just like white trash Mother's Day. So apparently he didn't take her to Red Lobster. But anyways, as they argued, White was apparently was really incensed, got really upset with her. They're swearing at each other. He grabbed her head, pulled it forward, and bit her under the left eye, cutting through the nerves, the muscle, and the tissue. Then he spat the chunk of flesh, the bloody chunk of flesh, into her face, and it landed on the sidewalk. And you know what I was thinking about this? What a great way to end an argument. It's just like, that guy just totally got the last word in.
Hey, I do not hit women. I do not hit a woman. It's my principle. But I'll bite a bitch.
I'll bite the bitch's face off. But dude, I mean, I swear to God, it's just like, you know, what's your comeback after that? It's just like after you get a big chunk of your face bitten off. I mean, what do you say?
You just run around screaming till the cops get the EMT ambulance comes.
What do you think Gareth said? Faced! That's you, bitch. I mean, I'm sure she was speechless. It's just like, what I don't understand is, you know, this is kind of even unusual for white trash. It's like,
she probably wasn't speechless, but every time she talked, she whistled.
because of this
damn
big
it,
hole in her
sweet.
cheek. But how pissed do you have to be to do that? I mean, I've been in lots of fights with many girlfriends, and never once have I raised a hand or
Raise a
bared
tooth.
my teeth.
Raise a tooth against her.
It's just like, Jesus, dude. It's like white trash are becoming rabid these days. Anyways, at the trial, Pritchett testified that the defendant, who is bitten, testified that she has more surgery ahead of her and still feels burning sensations and numbness in the area. The prosecutor then held up a jar containing the flesh while urging the jury not to be fooled by the skillful plastic surgery. I could just see the jurors just like, I'm completely disgusted. And so, on Wednesday, her statement said that she has not been out alone since the attack. She refuses to go outside. She's scared. People may think that 25 years in prison may be too long for the damage that was done to me, but I'll be in this prison for the rest of my life.
If I was on the defense team, part of my defense of saying she looks fine, I would have held up the picture of that French woman next to her and be like, look at this. Now, this is a fucked up face.
The woman that got the face transplant.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, look at this,
She looks
this
fine.
bitch.
Look at this French chick.
I mean, she just got a little nibble on the cheek. Is it that big of a deal? I don't know.
Man.
Anyways, on the sick and wrong scale, being that a big chunk of flesh was bitten off and then spat back into her face, I'm going to have to give this like an 8.5.
Oh, 8.1.
8.1?
Yeah.
It's still pretty high on the sick and wrong scale. I mean, dude, not only is it disgusting that he bit her face off, he spat it back at her. It's just wrong.
Did they say what they were arguing about? I didn't catch that.
I think it was over, I think it was the fact that she bought Bud Light instead of Miller Lite.
Oh, right.
It's a good
It's a
I'm
white
not quite
trash
sure.
recurring argument.
Yeah, or maybe it's because I don't know. She refused to sign the waiver to let her face be shown on cops. I don't know.
There's no food in the house.
Actually, this would be great to see on cops. I'd love to see that. Yeah, but anyways, it was on Mother's Day, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so 8.1, or you give it an 8.1, I give it 8.5. People in the audience, I invite you to vote on it. Send us an email, sickandwrongpodcast@hotmail.com. And yeah, let me know what you think. And so, Lance, do you got your rebuttal here?
Yeah, I think I can.
You got a good story?
I think I can bring something.
Well, let's go. Lance Wackerly, ladies and gentlemen.
So this article came out on Reuters today, so it's current. I want to re-emphasize that. It's current because...
Dude, mine came out May 1st. This article was printed today.
March 1st. It's March.
Oh, my bad. March 1st.
All right, anyways. But so Hollywood is making a movie. That's big news, right?
Hollywood's
They're
making
gonna
a
make
movie?
it a movie.
Fancy
It's a movie.
that.
This movie that they're going to make tells the tale of a fictional American criminal psychology student, Katie. Probably nobody cares. Going to be played by Carrie Russell.
Russell?
She was on some TV show. Maybe she's related to Kurt Russell. I don't know.
Lesser known actress.
But she's this character is drawn in by the bizarre case of a Mewes-like character called Oliver Hartwin. So Mewes is a real guy.
Mewes?
And I'm gonna.
Oh, Melwes. Wait, I know where you're going with this.
So, the cannibal plot of the movie, cannibal, more chewing of flesh.
Let me just ask you. So is this the movie about that German cannibal who ate that guy?
Yes, it is.
Melwes, Mr. Melwes, who actually, wasn't he found not guilty? He's found completely innocent of the murder.
Well, let me just read the story
Okay.
because you don't have the facts.
Dude, it's all hearsay.
So, anyways, yeah, the character in the movie, which Mewes, I think his name is. I don't think it's Melwes. Melwes is angry that he thinks this story is too close to his own story, and I guess in Germany that's illegal to make a movie about somebody's exact case that's still pending in court.
So wait, what's the story? It's just so
here's
she's a
the
college
story.
student?
The Mewes character is a loner, forced by a domineering mother when he was young to wear lederhosen at school. And also when he was younger, he dreamed of an imaginary friend. This is kind of the backstory of the guy.
Dude, I'd be pissed if I was forced to wear lederhosen.
He grew up to become a computer repairman, just like the real-life guy. And he's drawn to this website just dedicated to cannibalism, where he goes to this website. So the website dedicated to cannibalism isn't just people who want to eat people. It's also people go there who want to be eaten by other people. So on this website, he finds a guy, and they come to a mutually agreeable agreement. That's a retarded phrase.
Okay, but a mutual agreement here that this guy wants to be eaten, and this guy wants to eat him.
In the movie,
much like real life.
One of the lines from the movie, the person that he meets on this website says, "I want you to bite off my thing. Are your teeth strong enough?"
Hopefully the guy's not a black guy.
It's one of the starting lines. Later, they meet at a railroad station. All this stuff is they're saying that it's too close to the guy's real story. The director's saying, hey, it's just inspired by the events. It's not exact, but the real life guy's argument is that it's like too close to his story, and he still has pending litigation. He thinks it's going to sway potential jurors.
The jury, yeah, they're going to see the movie and they're going to be like, "This guy's a sick fuck."
So they meet at this.
As if you need to see the movie to determine that.
They meet at this guy's at a railway station near this guy's house, and the victim introduces himself with the line, "I am your meat." So Miwez's lawyer, Harold Ermel, complains the film effectively portrays his client as a beastly murderer.
Beastly murderer.
The lawyer also says the movie's is a confusing blend of truth and fiction. The ending is all wrong. The victim is stabbed in a frenzy a dozen times in the movie.
But wait,
in reality, it was just one stroke of the knife. It's confusing.
But has the movie been made yet?
No.
So they're just reading the screenplay,
right,
or the script,
or maybe maybe they're watching daily returns.
So what happens in the movie? Does he just repeatedly stab him and chop him up into little pieces and put him in a stew?
It's basically the exact real life story, but this lawyer is like nitpicking small things like this, like, oh, he stabbed him a bunch of times in the movie, but my client only stabbed this person once. The main argument is that it's consensual, and in the movie they obviously portray it as this guy's like a predator.
He's a predator who goes on the internet and finds this guy and then chops him up.
Let's get back to the real life facts of the case. The real computer repairman was originally
Miwez or whatever.
It's some stupid ass German name that nobody can pronounce. He was originally sentenced to 8.5 years for manslaughter, but Germany's Supreme Court was like, "Fuck no, dude! This guy is a sick fuck. 8.5 years is not adequate." So they're retrying him, which is why this guy's really pissed, because they're going to make this movie that makes him out to look like a complete psychopath when the lawyer's trying to say, well, no, this was a mutually agreeable thing. The lawyer's trying to get it knocked down.
Well, it's mid-litigation. I mean, it's still pending, this trial.
Right. The lawyer's trying to get it knocked down to just a euthanasia charge. This guy killed another guy who wanted to be killed. So here's something specifically for you, D, because I know you get pissed off when foreign serial killers, turn out to be better than our serial killers.
Just more prolific. It makes me mad.
Miwez only killed one man, unlike notorious American serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, who practiced necrophilia on and ate some of his 17 male victims.
Yeah, it's the Americans, especially ones from Wisconsin.
However, Miwez's case is unique because his victim wanted to be eaten. It was, there was consent. It doesn't say, but I think I seem to remember that there was even like a document that they both signed or something saying, yes, I want this guy to eat me.
Well, wasn't there email correspondence?
Right.
And he came over, he met him, and I mean, this guy, it was like a fetishistic act. Like this guy was getting off the whole time that his dick was cut off.
Right.
And Miwez was eating it.
So here's some more of the lawyer's comments. The lawyers argue he's only guilty of euthanasia, but the prosecutors are saying that since Miwez filmed the slaying for sexual gratification, that should tip the scale towards murder.
Now that's kind of disgusting if you think about it. It's just like, so this dude filmed the murder, filmed him cutting off the man's dick. Eating it. Remember he fried it and then ate it?
Well, that's actually another interesting part that you don't have all the facts. Miwez severed his victim's penis, and they both tried to eat it, initially raw.
They both tried to eat it?
They both tried to eat it, initially raw, God. And then they were like, even these sick fucks were like, dude, this is too disgusting. So then they fried it. They fried it up, and we're like, okay, let's try to fry it. Meanwhile, this guy's like losing all kinds of blood and getting woozy. He's like, hurry up with the fry, daddy.
Let's throw that shit on the grill.
That scene's also in the movie.
Did he provide a tourniquet for his cut off member?
What, his
so he could
entire
enjoy it?
lower body? I mean, he cut off his cock. What do you tourniquet? The balls?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean,
in real life,
I've never done it before.
When the victim fell unconscious, Mewes took him to his slaughter room in his home. He had a special room, and slit the guy's throat, pulled out his organs, and chopped off his head. And the lawyer's arguing.
So was the guy living the whole time?
Well, he was unconscious, and then after that
point, I mean, yeah.
So that's pretty disgusting,
trauma.
right?
It's pretty fucking
It
foul.
happened a while ago, but it's back in the news because they're going to make a movie about it, which I will definitely see.
So the movie is very similar to the story, and the reason that they're pissed off is because it's going to bother. It's the exact same story. But do you really think they're going to show it be as graphic as that? Or is he going to cut the guy's dick off in the movie and then fry it up, and they're both going to eat a few chunks? Like, here, you try some. No, you try some.
God, I hope so. It's going to be great.
I just don't see them being that graphic. They're probably not even going to show that scene.
It says they show him cutting out the guy's penis, and they both try to eat it.
So, in summation, what are they going to try to do? Are they trying to block this movie, get a court injunction to block the movie being made?
Right.
Is this an American-made movie?
It's got an American actress in it, but it's a German director.
Well, what's the woman doing in it?
Well,
she doesn't have a penis.
They gotta put a story around it. So she's a psych.
Is she the chef?
She's a criminal psych student who sort of is investigating the story. I don't know how who knows how they do this shit, screenwriting. I don't know.
So she's investigating the story, and she finds out, and she just they film the whole movie.
Obviously,
about
we
it.
don't put any writing effort into the show, so we don't. How do you write stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But I wonder if Mewes and the lawyer are pissed because they didn't option it themselves, and they're just pissed because I could have made $1 million off this movie.
Well, I feel like the guy should get a royalty.
Or he should get something, maybe another severed penis to munch on.
Maybe one made of a circus peanut or something, a replica.
Well, it's pretty fucking foul.
You should win the Oscar for, the sickest fuck to inspire a movie in that year. I mean, that this movie's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be straight to the video store.
That was an Oscar category.
Right.
Isn't Brokeback Mountain in that category?
Maybe. Inspired by true events.
Well, so I guess what I'm saying about this article is the Cannibalism Act occurred about a year ago. So it's technically not that current.
Oh, you're gonna dock me points because it's not timely enough? Because it beats your story.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Well, that Cannibalism Act would beat my story because it's disgusting because he eats a penis. But this article isn't about the Cannibalism Act. This article is about a movie that's going to be made about it.
Which is a good thing. It's not really a sick thing.
But the movie's fictional.
But it's going to be great.
It will be a good movie, and I'll definitely go see it. What are they going to call it?
It's going to be called Rotenburg. Which is the town that this guy did all this shit in. It was called Rottenburg, but R-O-H instead of R-O-T, they say R-O-H-T because I guess R-O-H in German means raw.
Well,
which isn't really accurate.
That's pertinent.
Well, not really because they ended up frying the penis. So.
Yeah, but they first tried to eat it raw.
Raw then fried.
Like sushi penis.
It should be more accurate with the title.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to give that story... I don't know. This is a tough one. I almost just want to let this go out to the listening audience.
It's got to go to a vote.
I think this is going to have to be a vote to decide who wins here.
Me and you pay a lot of attention to this crap, so we heard this story a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember. I would have used that story
but
had
the
it been a
listening
year
audience
ago that
might
we've been
not
doing
know
this.
about it. So, I feel like if somebody just heard this, I think they're going to lean my way.
Since it became current again and in reference to it, I'm going to have to give that about an 8.
I think I'm going to get the golden severed penis this week.
The golden severed penis?
Right.
Perhaps you might. What are you giving it?
I'm giving it an 8.6.
An 8.6. So 0.1 above my story. 1/10 above my story. Well, you know what? We're going to have to open this up to the listening audience.
It's only being handicapped on a technicality, so...
Well, people, we open this up to a listening audience. I'm going to let the audience decide who wins the case of beer this week. Send us an email, sickandwrongpodcast@hotmail.com. You can also vote on MySpace at myspace.com/sickandwrongpodcast. I think that's what it is. Something like that.
Anyways,
vote and you can decide who wins the case of beer. I think the face being bitten off is sicker, but I don't know.
It's not sicker. It's just more recent.
It's more recent.
But even so, it happened a while
I guess
ago.
it's not more sick and wrong than eating a penis, so I don't know. This is a tough one.
Consensual.
A consensual eating of a penis.
It's definitely not more sick and wrong.
God, it's foul.
It's not even a question.
It's foul. It's foul. So please vote.
Purely
And
a technicality, but if the votes come in your favor, I'll buy another case of beer.
you'll buy a case of beer. Well, that'd be good. That'd be 2 wins for me. Well, anyways, we must move on here. I can almost hear the music, the
coming in slowly.
closing music. Well, you know what? I was checking the email just recently. We've been getting a lot of email, and one of our listeners, who actually we know, Vinny, sent in this article, and he was just like, you should use this. And the article that he sent in was an article that I was going to use last week, and it's pretty fucking sick and wrong. So Vinny sends this article, and he's like, it should be neutral ground, but I think he should mention it on the podcast, and I definitely think it merits mention here. So this happened in Columbus, Ohio, about a week ago. Police said that a man hides in bathrooms and drinks boys' urine. So this and this man was previously convicted of rape. So he's a sex offender that hides in bathrooms and drinks little boys' urine. A disturbing case was discovered last Tuesday about a Central Ohio man who allegedly told police he likes to drink the urine of adolescent boys. Alan Patton, 54, is in jail after allegedly telling police that he enjoys drinking urine. And police claim that listening to him describe the act itself, it's like listening to a crack or cocaine addict. He's addicted to children's urine.
Man.
Isn't that just nasty?
Why do people... okay, you and me, Taco Bell and MGD.
I'm addicted to that.
But that's all you need. You don't need to be eating penises, cheeks, urine, Taco Bell and MGD. That's all you need to sustain yourself for a very happy, healthy, and a long life.
Dude, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I just don't get this. According to police, Patton claims that he's been drinking urine for years. He told us he's been doing it for over 40 years, since he's been 7 years old.
What is, because he just
Dude, what
likes
the fuck?
it? Does
What
he think
the
it has magical powers or something? Does he think it keeps him young or something weird like that? Or is it just he's just a freak and he's addicted to it?
No, police said that this is what he told them. I mean, he sat there being interrogated by police and pretty much just was explained all of his actions. Patton told them that drinking the urine makes him sick, but that it's almost spiritual to him. He added, "I like it because it makes me closer to them. It's like I'm drinking their youth."
So he's like a piss
vampire. Yeah, it's like this guy feels that he's becoming, it rejuvenates him or something.
In all seriousness, though, how far away is this guy from just molesting a kid?
Dude, the guy was convicted of rape previously, so he's obviously a sex
offender.
offender.
Close then. He's already past that point.
But listen to this. So
really, he's restraining himself.
But listen to his MO here, his modus operandi. Police said he goes to family restaurants and movie theaters, waits for boys in a bathroom stall. He then shuts off the water to the child level urinal, because he doesn't want man piss.
Well, it's also the midget urinal. What about midget piss? Is he fine with that?
I wonder if midget piss if he's like, God, this tastes like shit.
It's like when you
I want the little boys'
when you
urine.
get a glass of wine that's turned bad.
Well, anyways, I guess
Take it back.
He shuts off the water to the child level urinal and puts a cup in the bottom of it. He then told police that he leaves the stall after the child leaves, retrieves the cup, and then drinks the urine immediately like a shot.
This is why you can't have kids, people. Because you gotta now if you have kids, you gotta warn them about this kind of shit. You have to say, now Jimmy, when you go to the bathroom, make sure there's not a Dixie cup in the bottom of the toilet. And if there is, run away.
Just hold it. Don't piss there.
No.
But a New Albany father, I guess this happened he was at the movie theater. He played a role in Patton's arrest. He told someone at the movie theater that Patton was staring at his son in the bathroom. And the theater employee then called police, and Patton was subsequently arrested. I guess he was a sexual predator who was convicted of rape about 13 years ago. So he's been collecting and drinking urine for 40 years.
I can't believe he doesn't have all kinds of medical problems.
You know what I find? Yeah, I guess he said it makes him sick. But you know what I find weird about this article? Let's say your son went to the bathroom and came out and was just like, "Hey, Dad, there's this strange man in there that was looking at me pee."
And then he drank my pee.
Dude, wouldn't you go in there and fucking freak out?
Yeah, you knock the guy in his ass.
Dude, I don't know if I'd knock him because he's like covered in urine, but I think I might just take a baseball bat or a chair and bash his head in or something.
Right. You don't want the cup of urine to go splashing on you.
I don't know. It's like this kid is going to be traumatized. He's like, yeah, my dad didn't do anything but told the usher. And it's like, I used to work at a movie theater. That never happened to me, but I mean, if it did, I would just be like, you're a sick fuck. I don't know. I mean, if this guy was running out, would you tackle him and hold him till the police came, or would you just let him go?
I think I'd give him one of those like pokes to both shoulder with both my fingers and be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
You're drinking urine.
And
you
then,
sick bastard."
And then, yeah, once you got him to own up, then you'd knock him out.
Well, anyways, Vinny, thanks for sending that article in.
Can I propose? I think an alternate title to the show. I think everything about this show, the alternate title besides Sick and Wrong, the podcast, should be why you shouldn't have fucking kids, because the world is too fucked up.
I think that's what people gather from this show.
Okay, it doesn't need to be said.
I think that's what they glean from the show.
It doesn't need to be said, but I've said it.
But you know what? I was reading this article, and I'm just like, this is a pretty sick article, and I'd like to thank Vinny for sending it in to us.
Yeah, nice one.
And invite all listeners to send us in articles. But maybe we should send him like a 40 for sending this in, because this is pretty sick.
I think we should.
We should almost add this in the competition so people can vote on all 3 of our articles and decide which one's the sickest of the week.
I don't know if people are going to want to give us their address, though.
Yeah, they probably don't.
They could come to the Sick and Wrong studios and pick it up, but they probably don't want to do that either.
Yeah, they probably don't. But anyways, whatever. You can send us an email and let us know. But we got to wrap up this show. I have so much business to take care of. It's Ash Wednesday. I got to put a little piece of turd on my forehead. Is that what they do?
It's not called Turd Wednesday. It's called Ash Wednesday.
Isn't it excrement, though? Like the ash of excrement? I'm Jewish.
Ash.
I don't know how this works.
It's ash.
Ash from what? Like a cigarette?
Oh, I don't know. Burning.
Are you Catholic?
I think it's from Belsen. Or
Belsen.
Auschwitz. the gas chamber.
So it's an ash of some dead Jews.
Yeah, I think so.
God, you're a sick bastard.
I'm not a Catholic either. I don't know.
I bet you're going to go drink some bottled urine right now.
Well, I gotta go to the restaurant down the street first.
You probably do. Well,
thanks
for
listening. Do you know where those
listening.
Dixie cups are?
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for listening to Sick and Wrong. This is podcast number 9. Stay tuned for next week, podcast number 10. Until then, good night.
Podcast number X. Good night.